We'll see if he's actually got paint. I would feel more comfortable if there was scaffolding. Just seems more secure, but he's still doing little fix-its with the hammer. Well, he's the professional, not me, right? There we go, a little bit closer. Closer to me. Okay, so he put a little tiny bit of caulking on that far left window. Now he's doing some hammering on the center window. This is just, it's kind of meticulous, you know? Looks good though, doesn't it? I'm actually sitting on my front porch today. I've been inside the house the last few days, watching from my couch. I feel like there needs to be another piece of molding across the top of that center window. I want to paint it. I want to climb up that ladder and get it painted and get it over with. We've got another cell blowing through. We're supposed to get more rain. Honk if you like watching caulking dry. They've got a lot of work to do on the inside of that room because they cut through the lath and plaster to put those windows in. This looks like our guy who doesn't like going up ladders. Oh, and it's raining right now, you guys. It just started raining again. It started raining at about, what time was it? About 6, a little after 6 o'clock this morning. It's 10:42 right now. This would be the second cell blowing through. Hopefully it's only going to be here a few minutes. turn this a little bit. This is the guy who doesn't like ladders, and he's having to go up there and do this in the rain. This guy hates ladders. Hates ladders. I can hear the rain. It's hard to see, there's not a whole lot of it. just want one of those little 4-inch rollers and just roll all the paint on. Boom, get it over with. Okay, the rain has stopped now. That's nice. At least it's stopped for now. Hey Mick, I don't know. The siding was already that gray color, so it's a gray colored plastic. And yesterday, one of them took a sample of that to the paint store and got some paint mixed up, but I don't know where they went or what color it is. It doesn't have great coverage with a first coat, so I don't think it's a real high quality paint. Hey Derek, it is looking better, isn't it? Now that things are pretty much hemmed in. The top of that window though, that center window needs a piece of molding. It seems like they went right over the molding with the siding, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. People watching. If you don't mind giving a thumbs up if you enjoy watching paint dry, I would not be offended. That would be awesome, actually. Oh, Derek, you're a night owl, huh? Don't know how long we'll be here. If it starts to really rain, they're going to go inside and work, and I'm going to shut down. And the rain did start up again, but it's real light right now. Oh, warehouse. I used to work in a warehouse. I worked in, gosh, what was it called? Worked for HSN in one of their fulfillment centers, and I processed returns. So I got to open some boxes and bags with some interesting things in them. Good deal, Derek. Go get you some breakfast. You're all getting breakfast right now. Dinner? Go get you some dinner. Yeah, the rain is steady right now. You can see it flashing on the screen. He may be done for the day, at least for now. And I've got to head out anyway. I've got 2 duck coops to clean that I didn't get to yesterday. 90 people watching. Give me a thumbs up, you guys. I sure would appreciate it. Tell me where you are. I'm in Tennessee, in case you're wondering. That's why it rains all the time. I love it. I never thought I'd love living where it rains all the time. Good morning, Junior Garza. Money cannot not buy happiness. Thank you for giving me a second like. I appreciate that. Kentucky. Oh, gee. Derek, you guys are getting hit by this. I saw the weather app this morning. I had to go to the airport. And you guys are getting nailed, aren't you? Thank you, Money Cannot Buy Happiness. I appreciate it. I do the same thing. I can't work a regular job right now. I've had some medical issues the last 2.5 years. I usually work at least one job. At the time when I got sick 2.5 years ago or so, when I realized I was sick and had to have my first surgery, I was working 2 jobs and I was absolutely exhausted to the point of tears a lot of days. I just had a really hard time functioning. So doing this is my way of hopefully sharing a life that most people say they wish they had as far as the farm goes. And making people happy. Also now I do a lot of drag racing and people do appreciate it. They get to see family, friends, themselves drag racing if they follow my channel. You're in Central California? That's where I grew up. I grew up in Slowtown. Used to go to Avila Beach a lot. And Pismo. I didn't like Pismo as much. I liked Avila better. Port San Luis, that was fun. Loved Port San Luis. And of course Morro Bay. Yeah, we didn't see a lot of lightning in storms when I was growing up in California. I don't know why. We didn't have a lot of thunderstorms. We had rain occasionally. Yeah, I follow motorcycle drag races mostly. I do go to some foot brake challenges here when they're at the Thunder Valley Raceway, or Bristol Raceway at Thunder Valley, I should say. And then there's DER bracket racing that comes here. I follow that, so I go there. But most of what I do is motorcycle drag races. Oh, slow has changed a lot, hasn't it? I mean, I grew up barefoot, running all over town, riding my horse, my pony on the streets. No cares. That's bizarre that they had thunder and lightning in Pismo. I'll have to get a hold of my daughter. She lives in Grover. And see if she enjoyed it. I don't think they can see the ocean from their condo, but they might. They're only a block or so away from the beach. But there's tall trees and tall buildings around her, but she's got a 2-story condo. No kidding, I never see people from the Central Coast. So you're not from Slow. Are you from like the Santa Barbara area or up near Santa Cruz? Yes, half mile for like the sportsman class, but no, actually not half mile, sorry. Quarter mile for the sportsman, but for the big bikes, 1/8 mile. The Top Fuel, Pro Fuel, Nitro Funny, and some of the other pro/fuel bikes that they run in the pro categories. And then, yeah, my husband's a chaplain with 3 different series, so he follows 3 different series around as their chaplain. So we're all over eastern and southern United States, and he may be picking up another series, but I'm not sure yet. But it's all motorcycles. He's not. I mean, he does chaplain work with the cars and trucks, but only at our home track, which is Bristol Motor Speedway / Thunder Valley. Otherwise, he travels around just with the motorcycles. You know, I saw a lightning storm. We were up in, gosh, what was it? Clear Lake area in California. My girlfriend and I, when I was a young teenager. And we were in our sleeping bags outside on her grandparents' ranch. And we watched the most amazing lightning storm of my life up to that point. It was crazy. We weren't afraid. It was far enough away, and the parents, didn't feel like we needed to come in the house or anything. So it was pretty far away, but oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And then the only other time I've seen a lot of lightning has been traveling across the plains, like riding our motorcycles across, was it Wyoming? We were kind of dodging a thunderstorm. I was real nervous. I don't like being on a motorcycle in the lightning. So we were looking for a place to go to get away from it. It wasn't easy to find. We're out in the middle of nowhere. Oh gosh, even Santa Barbara has changed in crazy ways, but you guys don't flood as much as you used to, right? I mean, remember the flooding? I don't know how old you are, but I remember 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, there were areas in Santa Barbara that would flood so bad. The going under 101, the underpasses, they would be like 8 foot underwater. It's crazy. Los Angeles, yeah. That's exciting. I'll definitely get a hold of my daughter, see what that storm was like yesterday. She didn't grow up with a whole lot. She's in her mid-30s. She didn't grow up with a whole lot of storms in her life growing up there on the Central Coast. Did you have to have a wheelie bar on your motorcycle? I mean, if you were drag racing. Yeah, I'm not kidding. For an 18-year-old boy. Oh, wow. That's cool. XR 600 when you were 15. I came home with a Honda 50 when I was 14. It was left behind when the college students left town, because Cal Poly, they left every late spring, early summer. And someone left a Honda 50 with the key in the ignition next to the dumpster. And I brought it home. I was 14. My dad took it away from me. That was my first motorcycle. My second motorcycle was a Harley when I was in my 40s. No, it was a Honda. That's right. I had a Honda first. Just a cheap learner bike. And then once I felt like I had tackled riding, I got myself a Harley. Now we have, I think, 6 Harleys. Ugh. I would have loved to see my cousins raced. They did, I don't know if they did motocross, but they did dirt track racing motorcycles when they were little kids, and I wanted to do that too. And I think that's why my dad took that 50 away from me, because he thought I was going to start, well, obviously he thought I was going to start riding motorcycles. I hear you on the wet surfaces. My worst riding on wet surfaces was a 6,500 mile trip cross country and back. Didn't really have a choice. It was in late July, early August. I think it was a 3-week trip, like 22 days. We put 6,500 miles on the bikes. There were some days we rode in beautiful sunshine. Some days we rode in rain. One day we were riding, I think it was in Idaho. I think we were just west of Boise and heading north. And it was raining so hard, I could barely see the tail light of my husband's motorcycle in front of me, and I don't even know how he knew where the road was. That was crazy weather. There was nowhere to turn off. It was just a real narrow 2-lane road. Then we went up into Glacier National Park the next day. We stayed the night on, I think, a Blackfeet reservation there in Idaho. The next day, we headed up into Glacier National Park, and they were doing a lot of construction, and it was dirt, so the road was kind of muddy because I hate riding in mud. Oh my gosh, if I'm on a street bike, I hate riding in mud. So we got up to going over the pass, and it was snowing, and there was a little bit of sleet. And right behind us, they closed the road because of a severe winter storm. But we were on the Harleys, and we just had no choice but to go forward. We were in the national park. There was no place to stop and get a hotel. We just had to keep going. So we just rode into Coeur d'Alene. We stayed for, I think, 2 nights at our friend's house in Coeur d'Alene. And then we headed over to, we didn't go to Sequim. I forget where we went in Washington. Then we went up into Canada because I had never been to Canada, so I wanted to get that on my bucket list. And then we rode down the coast to Morro Bay, all the way down the coast. I can't think if we stopped. We obviously stopped overnight, but I don't think we stopped and stayed with anyone that night. I think we just stayed in a hotel. I don't think we stayed with family. Oh, your daily. That's a powerful bike. No kidding. Yeah, that underpass, I can picture it in my head. I've not been there when it was flooded. My husband has. He worked for Caltrans for a couple of decades, and he was on the road crew. He was a supervisor. So he experienced everything from Santa Barbara up to Monterey, I think, was his area. All the bad roads. He was involved in all the mudslides, rock slides, all the craziness that went on with the roads in California on the coast. All right, guys, there are only 58 watching. I hate to shut down when 58 people are watching, but there is literally nothing going on outside that house. Money cannot buy happiness. I will definitely give you a follow on here if you've got content. I'd love to see more of it. I like that we're from the same area. That's awesome. Love talking about growing up over there. Now I'm in Northeast Tennessee, which is just beautiful. But I've got to shut this down. Like I say, I've got 2 duck coops I need to clean today. And the rain makes it a lot easier to clean out those coops. So I'm gonna make hay while the sun is not shining and go clean out my duck coop. So you guys have a very blessed day, and I'll come back on live if later today they're painting and I'm home. I'll come back on live and we'll see if we can finish up this stalking. It's not really stalking, right? God bless you.